I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Oh my goodness. Ladies and germs, welcome back to another fun-filled and exciting episode of West of Nowhere. I am your host, Levi.
And I'm Shane.
I just thought I'd bring some intensity to it.
There we go. I liked it, dude.
Yeah.
That's the way we used to start it every week right there.
Yeah? I
Yeah,
don't know
dude.
if I have enough energy.
Over the top, dude. Like, I mean, as soon as we hit fucking record, just, woo!
Woo!
Fucking Ric Flair that
Fucking-
shit.
I'm in. I'm in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun. Yeah, I just wanted to come in with a little bit of oomph, you know?
A little bit of oomph. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of
Yeah.
oomph. So
I like it. Yeah.
yeah, just trying to give the people what they want. That's all I'm trying to do. I want to give the people what they want and what they deserve. You know?
By popular demand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from upwards of 8 people.
Dude. I like it. You got to start from somewhere.
Hey, started from the bottom. Now we're here. Who are our fantastic Patreon supporters this week?
Before we do the fantastic Patreon
Oh.
supporters, we gotta do our brand new master of fucking media, Kylie
Yeah.
Gangwish.
Kylie. Oh man. This has kind of been a long time coming, I feel like, because
It really has.
How often do I get messages from Kylie telling me that I didn't do this or that or whatever on
Yeah.
the Facebook, and there's not a post for anybody to comment under and stuff like this. And we just kind of went, you know what? I think this is a good job for her. She's into it. She's super excited when we were like, hey, do you want to do this? So yeah, that's gonna be fun, I think.
Yeah. I'm glad she's on board, but I want everyone to know that like anything on social media is straight up Kylie. So if it's suddenly kicking ass out of nowhere, it's because of her.
Yeah,
Not because of
100%.
us.
Yeah, that's yeah, I was just gonna say if you've noticed like a severe uptick in like content on the Facebook page, that's not us, tell you
Yeah.
that. Oh man. What about the other supporters we have for
All
this
right.
lovely show?
I guess we'll thank the rest of you this week.
I guess.
We want to thank Adam Pacino, Tony Burgess, Miles Glenn, Samantha Norton, Natalie Tacarante, Mark Stadler, Colton Samersla, and and of course, my personal favorite, Jeremy Brazzers.
Yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for supporting us in that way. If you don't want to support us in that way, you can do all the other things. You can leave a review on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out. You can share us with your friends. Leave a comment under any of the things on Facebook or on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. And, all those things.
All
And they're
of
all
them.
available in our Linktree, which is next to Shane's face if you're watching this, and in the description on anything that you're listening to this on. So,
Oh.
But it's also super easy. Linktree/WOKPOD.
Ooh,
Wokpod.
spell it out for the people.
Well, yeah, that was one of Kylie's main complaints. Is I had no idea it was Wokpod. I thought it was Walkpod. It's like, why would we have a walk for walking?
See, she helped us fix the show months ago, and you guys
Yeah.
didn't even realize it.
Yeah. So, that's what we keep her around for.
It is.
But yeah, so it's been going on. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I don't know where to begin. Oh, what you got?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
It is my goddamn birthday.
Oh,
you
yeah, well-
son of a bitch.
well, that's not as important as the things I have to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. Happy
fine.
birthday, you beautiful piece of shit.
Uh,
How old are you now? 13, 14?
32.
Oh,
Yeah,
bad.
dude.
Better work on that.
Trust me, dude. My son asked me how old I was today, and I was like 32, and he's like, "Oof." I was like, "What? Since when is a 6-year-old oof? Get the fuck out of here!"
Ugh. Oh boy.
Damn.
Oh man, that does not surprise me.
My life is over. Thanks. One real quick thing right before we roll into the stories, I also planned out my trip this week. I've planned it out the whole way through from Georgia to Washington.
For your relocation.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Are you gonna go do on like a sightseeing tour?
No, because we're gonna spend just shy of 2 weeks, right at 2 weeks with my family, bouncing around, seeing everyone back home, and then we're gonna leave. And because we have Bo, which is my chocolate lab, because none of you knew that, we have to find dog-friendly hotels. So, yeah, it's gonna be a fucking solid start, man. Like,
where in Georgia are you leaving from?
Carrollton, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, nowhere, Georgia. But we're gonna be stopping in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, God, dude.
Jesus Christ! Start calling you Dan Cummins, dude.
Dude. St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah.
North Sioux City, Iowa.
Damn. Okay.
Belfort, South Dakota, and then Missoula, Montana, and then Washington.
Yeah, I'm just skipping my entire state. I see how this.
You're gonna be gone.
When?
I thought you were already be gone.
No.
So we should stop in Lincoln.
No, well, I mean, I can meet you in Lincoln. Yeah.
Is that not where you are anymore?
No, I never have been in Lincoln. It's fine.
Damn.
We'll talk about this.
Your
later.
Snapchat says you're in Lincoln. That's fucking
That's
bullshit.
not true.
It used to.
I've been in Lincoln several
I hate
times.
you. You know what? I don't like you anymore. Let's get the show on the road.
Any hooser. Big things happening in the tech world.
Oh yeah.
Elongated muskrat spends $44 billion on Twitter, and I gotta tell you, bad deal because it's free in the Apple Store. So I mean,
haha. Good job, internet.
Oh, because you've never fucking done that? Okay. Pull the tapes, me. Because I would be the one to do that. Yeah, so he spends $44 billion after purchasing not a controlling stake, what do they call it? Majority stake in Twitter like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then apparently he found out that he couldn't do jack shit with that because now he's just wants to buy the whole fucking thing. Pledges to defeat spam bots, which, I mean, if you just take a couple letters out of this headline, it's a comic book. Like,
What do you mean? No, just pledges to defeat bots.
Yeah, Musk seals $44 billion deal to defeat bots. Like somebody's paying him $44 million to just kill a bunch of robots. That'd be cool.
Dude.
I would watch that for sure.
He is the closest thing to Tony Stark we have.
Yeah, which is depressing. But, so obviously there's a lot of people who are like, oh, you know what that means? Fucking everybody's coming back on the Twitter. We got Donald Trump. We got whoever else. I think that's the only main person, but I'm sure there's some insignificant people that nobody cares about, which is kind of funny because how much money just got spent on this Truth Social that Donald Trump was pushing out because he wanted a true and, unimpeded social network.
Do you think he'll come back on and start saying crazy shit?
God, I hope so. How fun would that be?
I know we could have a whole segment this week.
Oh man, holy cow! Yeah, the content that it would create would be pretty great. Pretty great.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it all sounds fine and dandy on paper. I'm gonna buy this this Twitter, and I'm gonna, promote free speech on the platform, and probably 90% of the people that work there are gonna quit. But
I doubt it.
you don't think so?
Because at the end of the day,
It's a job.
they still need a job.
Yeah. No, that's the thing though, is like all I've been seeing from some right of center places is that, oh my God, the entire left base is just exploding right now because Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter. I was like, what? Why? Why would they
Yeah.
care? Like, they don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? They have other shit to worry about than Twitter, unlike other people. And I don't know. It just weirds me out. It weirds me out because people have been spending the last year and change complaining about companies that have too much influence over people.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're like, this one guy buys all the things, and it's fine. Just because he makes memes. I don't know. It fucking weirds me out. And that might be a dumb way of thinking, but I don't know. Every book I've ever read where one guy starts buying everything doesn't end up well. So maybe he's going to release spam bots on the population. Maybe this is how Skynet takes over. Who am I to say?
I'm convinced that Skynet is Google's our Skynet for sure.
You think so? You think
Yes.
it's Google or you think it's Facebook?
I think it's Google.
Yeah.
I like they're just like they are the tech company. I feel like
Yeah.
they know all of our information. They have everything. Think about it. Like everyone listening right now, they know
Yeah.
everything you've ever fucking Googled.
Yeah. Even if you use incognito.
Yes.
It's,
Even.
probably especially. I bet it's just a big ruse, and they're like, we actually only watch incognito.
Yeah.
How funny would that be? Like, yeah, it's funny that you say that because I had a conversation with a guy on Facebook the other day, and because it was on that thing I shared where it was like, hey, show all the places that you lived
Yeah.
from in chronological order, and the guy was like, oh, seems like a data farming trick. I'm like, bitch, they already know where you've lived. That's not what the fuck? That's not even like hard. That's public record, dude. Like, unless you're living off the reservation, probably can't say that. Unless you're living off the grid, in a cabin in Montana with Ted Kaczynski, they probably already know where the fuck you've been. Not to mention the fact that he left that comment on Facebook. So
guess what he used to leave that comment?
A fucking
His
computer
fucking
or
phone.
phone. Yeah.
His goddamn phone. 100%.
And he's like, oh, well, I turned my location off. Oh, you sweet prince. That doesn't matter. Let me tell you something. I just started a website, okay? And it's very low tier. Like, I'm not Facebook anywhere near. But I have the business center thing for my website. And every time somebody goes in, it tells me where they clicked on and logged in. Or not logged in, but where they accessed it from.
Like what state?
Yeah. What
Holy
city?
shit.
Yeah. So, like, it just says, oh, user number, and it assigns a random number.
Yeah.
Visited the site from, Missoula, Montana, or whatever the fuck. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, because if my website that I put zero effort into trying to figure out where people are coming from knows that, then the big ones definitely freaking know.
Oh, they definitely know.
Yeah, like I have location turned off on my phone. Like I don't have it automatically allowed on Google when I'm searching stuff. Like, because every time I go to a website, it tries to re-ask for permissions. I'm like, no, don't want to give you permissions to know anything. But then even when I go to my own website, it goes, oh, a user logged in from wherever I'm at, or wherever my Wi-Fi is out of. Like at work,
Yeah.
our Wi-Fi is VPN'd out of Iowa. And so it's like, oh, you just logged in from Iowa. I'm like, yeah, totally. But still pretty friggin', anyway. So if you think that you're somehow skating through the system and they're not, gonna be able to tell where you are, where you have lived, or what color you're thinking of. You're wrong.
Yeah. You're definitely
Is that a
wrong.
good thing? No, but that's just what it is. I don't know what to tell you about it. You constantly aim supercomputers at your fucking brain, like every day, hours upon hours on any given day,
Yep.
and you're like, well, if I fucking know everything about, well, yeah, dude. Now, some people walk the path where they're like, well, I don't care. I don't have anything to hide, whatever. Okay, cool. But then, like, there's other people who are like, they still don't need to know that, even if you don't have anything. And it's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it is.
I don't feel like getting sucked into it right now, but it's too late.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
So me and you were kind of talking about this before we hit record, but the Navy might have found its new slogan.
Oh, dude, the Navy groups that I'm a part of have been exploding with like
Yeah.
T-shirts and everything. But sorry, go ahead.
So for those of you who are like, what? Which makes sense. The Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, who is like, how many spaces down behind the Chief of Naval Operations is he?
He's not
Couple.
far.
Yeah. Like super high up in the Navy,
The highest enlisted person in the Navy.
Yeah. So he oversees quite a bit in the naval, fleet. And he was doing, I don't even know what he was doing.
I can tell
go
you.
ahead. Yeah.
So he went to the G-Dub
Yeah.
because they're in dry dock and the living conditions are fucking terrible right now for the people
Yeah.
who are still there. And the people who are attached to that boat, they're encompassing those people, there have been 10 deaths in the last 10 months.
Oh yeah. There was just like a couple
suicides and
2 weeks ago. Anyway, the G-Dub, in case you are confused, is the George Washington. It's an aircraft carrier, and it's it's had a lot of issues over the past couple years too. God, it was having issues when I was still in. Anyway, so he's doing a morale boosting tour.
He was going to like address like the issues that they're because like the living conditions are terrible. Like
yeah,
but because of safety issues, because of like OSHA standards, there have to be a certain amount of people who stay on the boat at all times.
yeah,
and
like literally sleeping on the boat.
Yeah. But they're in shit conditions.
Yeah.
And because of that, there's been like there's been like 7 suicides and like 3 other like work related deaths.
Yeah.
But it's been
Yeah. So the the slogan I mentioned earlier is basically just a boiled down synopsis of what he said. Like a response to what he said to somebody asking about the living conditions, because they're essentially living in a construction zone and they have 0 parking close to the ship and no hot water, which in my bare necessities, hot water's pretty high up there.
It's up there
because it's very simple thing to get, or it should be. So anyway, so he didn't actually say to lower your standards, which is what I've been seeing a bunch of, but I found a transcript of what he was saying during this all hands call, and essentially that's what he said. Like, it's just boiled down to, hey man, sometimes I've had captains in the past that didn't have hot water. They still took a shower, had positive vibes about it. He didn't say vibes, but he said there's positives and negatives about everything. Parking sucks. Parking is the only privilege I've ever cared about. I don't care about where I eat or sleep, but man, I care a lot about where I park, which I'm assuming he's being sarcastic right there.
I think he's probably pretty serious, because think about when you were still in the squadron, how mad would like chiefs get, or anyone higher up than like fucking E5 would get super mad if they caught someone parking somewhere,
or where they shouldn't be, or even like junior enlisted that live on base, they'd get mad at them for just driving.
I would get mad about that too.
Yeah. Like you live right over there. Why are you driving? And I'm like, I'm not paying for gas. I'm not driving. Fuck you. Unless I had an appointment. If I had an appointment, I would drive.
Yeah.
Because that way I could just fucking zip over there and I didn't have to walk all the way to the appointment, all the way back. But anyway, um, he said, I hear your concerns and you should always raise them, but you need to do so with a reasonable expectation of what this is like, which I feel like this is where the lower your expectation comes from. With the reasonable expectation of what this is like. What you're not going to do, or what you're not doing is sleeping in a foxhole like a Marine. You're going home at night, unlike the Harry S. Truman. So when you're here, you have more stability, but the downside is some of the shit you have to go through logistically will drive you crazy. When people say there's no food, I can't serve food 24 hours a day when ship is up on blocks, but I will serve food a few times a day. And then he's talking about the reactor people and like, I don't know. He's like basically going, you guys have these problems to complain about, but also there's other problems, which I get. But that's such like I've always hated that. Like I can't speak on their problems. I can only speak on my experience.
Yep.
So I'm not going to come at you with their problems. Be like, "Hey, don't fucking," because I don't live that. This is my life, and it's not normal. It's substandard from what they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
Substandard from being on a ship in general. It's a pretty hard fucking bar to hit, and they're hitting it pretty aggressively, is what it sounds like.
Yeah. And
he's just like, hey, this is what we gotta fucking go through, which I also get, but I don't know. It's just a shitty situation altogether.
No, I definitely think that we get treated in the Navy. We get treated pretty badly. Obviously, I can't speak to like how the Army gets treated or how the Marines get treated, but if a Marine's in a foxhole, they're on deployment, and that's a different scenario.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're home and you can't take a hot shower, that's a fucking issue.
Yeah.
Like, even if you just want to compare us and the Air Force,
yeah,
they get, if the Air Force stays in Navy stuff, they get substandard living pay.
Yeah.
Like, if that doesn't show you that another branch is like, yo, you treat your people terribly, that's a fucking that's a clear example.
Not only that, but you got to look at the context of the situation too, because it's a ship where how many suicides have they had in the last year? More than they should have. I mean, any is too many, right?
Yeah.
So you have that. You have all of that on the heat, like on the minds of these people that are working there. They're living on this ship. They've been living on this ship. They've known these people, and they're like, "Hey, man, these are like the bare minimum things we are trying to get accomplished. We're just trying to make it a little bit better." And he's like, well, essentially he's saying it could be worse.
Yeah, lower your standards.
And it's such a fucking out of touch way to think. And that's pretty much, I mean, we've talked about it, but like anybody above a certain pay grade kind of has that, that disconnect from what it's actually like for people under that pay grade, right? They're just,
yeah.
No, I mean, fuck. I'm not having any problems, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not having the problems that that guy's having. Well, yeah, but you're not that guy, so I don't. Fucking weirdo. Yeah. Same, man.
Yeah, no, it's rough.
Super exciting stuff. Feel bad for the people there. Also, so there's a change.org thing, but then you know what else? This fucking dude's also under investigation right now. The McPon. Did you
for
know
what?
that?
No.
So he's under investigation for alleged allegations of misconduct. So the previous McPon retired early at the position in 2018 because of an investigation in which sailors accused him of creating a toxic leadership environment.
Yeah.
And then I guess he was part of that too. This same I mean, that's what it sounds like from this article, because it says that guy retired early from the position in 2018 because of the investigation. Navy Times first reported Smith was under the investigation at the same time, I'm assuming. So, yeah. So we're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, super exciting. Yeah,
It's a great time to be alive.
good stuff. I saw that in Florida they are going ham against Disney right now.
Yeah.
They're like rescinding their autonomy, governing on autonomy, which I guess that was something that they've had for fucking ever. Which, I mean, I feel like people think that that's going to change a lot for them, but I think they also need to know that those parks aren't what generates the most income for them.
Yeah, not at all.
The multi-billion-dollar movies they release. The parks are cool and they do make a lot of money from them. But they also spend a lot of money on parks are, especially anymore, I feel like they're almost at a net loss, or not a loss, but a net gain, because they're just fucking washed, right? Like, you have to think about all the infrastructure updates. Like, even though they're autonomous, they still have to do building codes and shit. You can't just go, fucking Mickey Mouse said it was good. We got it, man. And there's like a very, very confusing disconnect from people like seeing this and going, oh, get them, fucking Disney standing up to us. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, man, it's the fucking park. They got one in California too, and guess what? California loves them, so. But yeah, hey, did you ever listen to Antwoord?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a kid, in the "I Think You Freaky" video. Did you ever see that?
I feel like I did, but like I can't place his face.
Well, there's a kid in a bunch of their videos. They adopted this kid, like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe longer. And like
Oh, wow.
adopted him, and obviously they, had him in the music videos and stuff like this. Well, this kid's now 20, which makes me feel super fucking old, cause
Right, go figure.
But he's basically coming out and saying that they treated me like a child slave. Like, I was exploited and abused by them.
No way.
Yeah, he said that the foster parents did numerous different forms of child abuse, including exposure to pornography, violence, and rituals. Which,
wait, what?
yeah, like exposing him to like these just crazy shit that they were doing.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're South African, and Johannesburg specifically, and there's a very weird subculture, a bunch of actually subcultures there, and a lot of them are very it's not voodoo quite, but it's like a mix of a bunch of different like local kind of things, and there's a lot of like really calm tribal kind of things that people do, but a lot of there's a lot of ritualistic shit that people do there too. And so I don't know specifically which ones he's talking to, but yeah. So some of the things that he alleged that they had done was took him and his minor sister to a private clinic to have their blood drawn to be used in rituals. So that's pretty cool. They
wait.
showed him what?
So wait, what did they say? Why they had their blood drawn? Like
they were gonna use it in a ritual. He didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And then so the Yolandi and Ninja's last name is Jones, and a lot of these come with the name.
Yeah.
So Jones showed this kid a pornographic video clip sent to him by a former girlfriend on a cell phone when the kid was 11 years old and in his custody. which is super kind of fucking weird. Um, let's see. The kid. Whoa. Let's see. Dupree's. I'm trying to figure out because I gotta go back because there's like fucking two different names that they're using. Okay, Dupree's is the kid. Uh, he stabbed his older brother with a knife in the home that they all lived in, and then Yolandi and Ninja congratulated him and emulated the scene using children in a 2019 music video. So they're like condoning this, right? They're encouraging this kind of thing. Ninja encouraged this kid's minor sister, who until recently still visited them at their Cape Town mansion, to undress before them and join them naked in the sauna with other naked adults. She now refuses to see her foster parents. Yeah, so a lot of stuff that this kid's like kind of saying, and it's fucking wild. I mean, it's not like I'm surprised by any of these because these people are fucking wild, but it's pretty fucked.
I mean, you can be. I feel like you can be eccentric and not be fucking creepy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
There's zero reason why any underage, or they're your child. Period. There's zero reason why you would ever want to be naked. Also, with your child also being naked, there's zero reason. That's
with
fucking
other adults,
weird.
no less.
Yeah,
like,
dude. No,
super.
That's
fucking weird.
fucking weird.
Yeah.
God
So
damn.
yeah, there's like a plethora of stuff, and you can look it up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not reading all of it, but those are like the major things that they're talking about. But yeah, so yeah, and it's crazy because I was watching Chappie the other day. You ever watch that? That's that movie that they're in.
That movie's fucking like it's kind of hard to watch at certain points.
I've
never.
watched it, I was like, fuck, I forgot how emotionally attached I got to this robot.
Exactly.
Which I feel like is kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
God. All right.
Hey, so you're a homeowner and you've owned homes before. Did you ever have like that thing where, like you hear like mice in the walls or anything? Or have you ever experienced that?
Not necessarily mice on the walls, but like, I mean, you hear
Or
shit
raccoon
outside,
or something?
or like a fucking woodpecker is like fucking trying to make a home in your fucking house. Yeah.
So how would you feel if you were like investigating that kind of sound and you're trying to look in the crawl space to see if maybe there's a animal in there,
All right.
and then you shine your flashlight in there and you saw not one but 5 bears in your crawl space.
Wait.
Yeah.
5.
5, a mother bear and 4 cubs
Holy shit.
in a crawl space in a South Lake Tahoe home.
How? That's nuts, dude. In a crawl space?
Yeah. It must be a pretty spacious crawl space because, I mean, even small bears are still bears. Like,
Yeah, they're still fucking big.
yeah. Yeah, so that was somebody's experience in a South Lake Tahoe home, which been there, super beautiful. The Bear League, a Lake Tahoe bear rescue organization, said that this particular black bear, it was a black bear, so yeah, pretty decent size, had 3 cubs of her own and adopted one more. Aw, cute.
Oh.
And thus had 4 active, chubby little bear cubs following her around at the end of 2021, when they began searching for a hibernation den. When it came time for sleep, she found a house with an unsecured crawl space and just ushered the kids in, and they just started hibernating.
Yeah.
So, it was a home where people lived and they thought they heard some odd rumbling, snoring like noises, but ignored it because it simply didn't make sense. Okay.
I get that.
Yeah. I mean, these people must not be too concerned with like anything. Like, at the very least, I'd have been like, ghosts, man. Like, We have ghosts in our house.
Cat ghosts.
And they're snoring. It's sleepy. It's the sleepy guy from Snow White. Neighbors said they were imagining it because they didn't hear anything. Okay. We uninvited Mama Bear, not yet aware there were 4 more bears underneath the house. The bear league
Yeah.
said, "How do you uninvite a fucking bear? Hey, you gotta get out of here!" Oh shit,
You're evicted.
my bad. Leave him a note. You gotta get the fuck out, man.
Hell yeah.
Squatters' rights, my ass. Yeah, I guess it's pretty common for them to kind of walk around in that area, in the Lake Tahoe area.
Yeah.
And obviously, hey, secure your crawl space, because never know when a bear's just gonna sneak up in there. But yeah, this is I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Like, oh yeah, we heard some funny noises under the house. Turns out there's 5 fucking bears down there. Like, oh god.
I'm sure the people who own the house were just as surprised as you are right now.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I
5
would hope so.
bears?
Yeah. Well, listen. I've never even seen a bear like in like close vicinity aside from going to the zoo.
Right. Yeah.
So I can only imagine the fucking panic that these people must have felt just going.
Well, does it say what kind of bears they were?
Black bears.
So black bears still get pretty big.
Yeah, I was gonna Google the height.
So you gotta think that a black bear, a female
5
black
to 7
bear,
feet tall when they're standing upright, 3 to 4 feet high when they're standing on all fours. The
That's
females weigh about 175 pounds. Males can get up to 400. So, I mean, it's a human-sized bear.
Yeah.
I mean, 175 pound bear is gonna fuck me up pretty good.
I guess
Especially a female bear with cubs right there. I don't
Yeah,
know if you've ever watched The Revenant, but it doesn't end well.
the most aggressive.
God, that scene. Like, I haven't watched that movie in so long just because I'm like, I get to that scene, I'm like, ah, because they do such a good job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just get panicked. Like, I know Leo's okay. I'm like, I don't know, man.
God, yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
It fucking
So
stresses
anyway,
you out.
check your crawl spaces.
Check your
That's-
crawl spaces.
Them's the rules. What you got? Anything?
No, I got the Billboard.
Okay.
I was gonna talk about the like the Navy, like with the G-Dub and stuff, but you covered it, so
We tag teamed it.
we tag teamed it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to do that with you. What?
This is awkward.
Uh,
Oh shit, though. But guess what we can do?
what can we do?
We can do the Billboard 200 top 10.
I'm so excited.
You should be.
I've been waiting all week.
All right. Up from 2 to 1. 720. Fucking, I don't, dude. I need to know. I need to know how you're supposed to say this. 7220 by Lil Durk. Up from 4 to 2. My personal favorite album, Dangerous Double album, Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
And
all the
he
way
actually,
to 2. Look at
yeah,
that.
dude. Up from 4 to 2. He's fucking right. He's about to be there. You know what I'm saying? He's right there. Steady at number 3. Encanto soundtrack. Oh shit! Brand new at number 4. Fear of the Dawn by Jack White.
Oh hell yeah!
Which, if you didn't know, Jack White is from the White
The White
Stripes.
Yeah, he's
Which is
fucking crazy talented.
Yeah, he is.
Also, he played Elvis in the Dewey Cox Story.
Yeah, he did. Damn.
I quote that so often, and nobody ever fucking knows. But you know, I just like it because he's like, a little bit of karate. Only 2 kinds of people know it. It's Chinese and the king, and one of them's me. What the fuck, man? I love it.
Steady at number 5, Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Stop listening to her album. Just
People
stop.
Just love it.
Stop it.
Okay.
It's got to be the kids. All right, up from.
It's gotta be the kids.
It's got to be the kids. Because if you listen to her music, all of it is like angsty teenage.
Dude,
shit.
that's like half the music you listen to. What you talking about?
Fuck off. All right. Up from 8 to 6, Certified Lover Boy Drake. This album is never going away either, apparently.
No, well, it's Drake. It's not going to.
Yeah.
As long as I've been wishing that he would just disappear, he hasn't yet. So I got to tell you, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Debuting at number 7, Last Ones Left by 42 Doug and Established G.
Okay. 42
right.
Doug, an established G.
Up from 10 to 8, Planet Her Doja Cat. Debuting at number 9, Bible. It says Bible, but there's like dots.
Okay.
So, whatever. By Fivio Foreign? No clue. And then debuting at number 10, Familia by Camila Cabello.
Got a lot of debuts this week. Look at us go.
Here.
So I looked it up for you. It is 7220, and you know how I know that?
How?
It's an address.
Okay.
This is like grandma's address when he was growing up or something like that.
There you go. All right.
And
so, yeah.
You usually pronounce that like that, so I would say 7220 is probably good.
7220.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's my contribution. Oh, also. Oh, shit.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, wait.
What?
We missed something, by the way, since we did that. So, from last week's episode,
Yeah.
we got a couple comments.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Jixer 1196 has a brand new video up on his YouTube where he hits 182 on the freeway. Don't speed.
Don't try that at home.
Don't do it. Yeah, don't do what he did. But go check his video out.
Live vicariously through him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's the one out here living dangerously.
Yeah.
So just watch his videos.
Yeah.
Give him a like and a subscribe. And then he says, "Hell yeah, brother."
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, all right, tight.
And then, of course, our master of media says, my reaction whenever Levi says 46 F-18s from last week's episode. So check that out.
I went back after she said that, and I was like, oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Because your face, you were like, like it was just the most disbelief I've ever seen on a man. You know?
I just don't understand how someone can afford to buy.
Why would you need that many?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
Seems
then you
like
got to, especially if they're two-seaters, you got to hire 92 people.
You could solo it.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
But still.
It's a pain in the ass to try and get those buckles the right way, though. God. That's my least favorite thing. Soloing us. When they'd be like, hey, we need you to solo us, Jet. I'm like, I just.
Or I could not,
Yeah, how about you get a fucking friend for this pilot instead? That seems like it'd be easier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So, we've reached, the sad part of the episode where we gotta leave you soon. But, if you're like, hey, man, I wish there was more things that I could do, like listening to the show more. Well, here's what you can do. You can tell your friends, because then you can talk to them about all the stuff we talked about.
Yep.
There's nothing more better than talking to your friends about a podcast you just listen to. Gives you stuff to talk about all week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a drinking game of our show that we haven't discovered yet.
Ooh.
Probably. I wonder what it would be. You'd probably get hammered no matter what it is. But, you can leave us reviews. You can go check it out. Check out the video if you only listen to the audio. Like, hey, I want to see what these sexy cats look like, and then be disappointed. Then you go to the video. You can go check out our Podbean, which is kind of neat. The website. Yeah. You can check out my website, which is in our You can go see my links and all of our links, all the link trees. You got to follow all the trees down to the root. All the way to the end of the branches, down to the root.
Yep.
And what else?
That's it. Oh yeah, we want to thank all of the podcast people, our podcast friends. We got Dutch in Denver. We got Kicking It with the Kellys. We got the Remedy Room and No New Friends podcast.
Yeah. So check them out. Give them a listen. Do all the things that you do for us. Yeah. And that's it. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.